had a comment on last week's video asking me, what are your daily essentials? What supplements do you take every day, non-negotiable, day in and day out? And I thought, you know what? I could take the time to type that out, or better yet, I could reply in a video because somebody else has this question. And so here we are in February of 2026. These are my current non-negotiable daily supplements that I choose to take. Now, I should preface that with there are some people that are going to need different needs. In fact, most people are going to have different needs, but this is what I'm taking currently, and I'll explain and walk through exactly the reasoning for each of them as we go through. And there are a few that I truly believe, unless you have outstanding circumstances, that are really foundational for most people. So let's see. I'm going to start with what's closest to me right now, and that is Ninja Red. You guys, if you watch my unboxing videos from Young Living, then you have probably seen me talk about Ninja day in, day out. I'm taking this. My husband is taking this. But it's not just Ninja that we are taking. So this is, if you're familiar with the wolfberry, same family as the goji berry. And it has a ton, it's grown in the Ningxia region of China. And there, the Yellow River flows down in an area where it is super, super mineral rich. And it's one of the richest sources of minerals in the world. And so this gives you a really great mineral profile, as well as the entire purees in here. This is not a juice. It's, I mean, kind of is, it looks like a juice, but it's not an isolated juice. So you have your whole puree. I'm really sad. They had to change the manufacturers of our bottles. So we now have their clear bottles, which means then they wrap them in a label to protect them from sunlight, where they used to be frosted bottles. And when we could get the frosted bottles for years and years, you can see the amount of puree that's in here. You guys, it's about a third to almost a half a bottle of puree that goes in. And then the other juices that are added into Ninja Red include pomegranate and aronia. And I have to look because I always forget some of them. Sweet cherry, plum, blueberry. These are not your cheapo like apple filler juices. This has a ton of polyphenols in it. It's really wonderful for supporting your entire immune system, overall cellular health. This is a daily nutrition. I call it your whole body nutrient infusion that both my husband and I take every day. However, that said, I also started adding Ninja Nitro to this. Now, Nitro includes the proprietary Nitro Energy Blend. It is not an energy drink. It's a cognitive support, and you'll see why. Has deep rooibos in it, green tea extract. There's choline in here, mulberry leaf extract, Korean ginseng, and then a Nitro Alert blend that includes vanilla bean extract, cacao, spearmint, peppermint, nutmeg, black pepper, and wolfberry seed oil in here as well. There's iodine, 75 micrograms of iodine in here. That's one of the big reasons I love it as a good source of iodine, but also all of those other wonderful adaptogenic herbs and nutrients like choline, right? So things that all of us need, and that our diets, even like, we are super intentional about our diet here in our home. We consume Weston A. Price Wise Traditions diet. If you're unfamiliar with that, I have a playlist where we started working our way through the Wise Traditions principles. So go check that out. I can't remember if it's called, I don't think the playlist is labeled Wise Traditions Principles. I think it's labeled Real Food Basics or something like that. So check for that. I'll try to remember to link it below in the description as well for you so that you have that. But these Nitro packets, ideally we would both take one a day. Reality is we have a budget we're working in, right? We follow a lot of Dave Ramsey's principles here in this house. And so we are very intentional about our budget as well, which means we cannot just spend everything that we want to spend. So I take these Ninja Nitro. I borrowed this hack from a friend of mine at convention a few years ago. She told me about it. And I opened several packets, usually 3. Now you have to empty a little bit of the Ninja out first, or else you can't fit 3 packets in without overflowing your bottle. But I'll put 3 packets of this into the bottle with the Ninja Red once I've emptied a little bit out of it, and shake it up. And that way it's kind of dispersing throughout the Ninja Red. And when I make us red drinks every day, there's nitro in there as well, which does mean there's a little bit of caffeine in here. So you don't want to be consuming it late in the day if you're sensitive to caffeine. It's not a ton of caffeine, and honestly, it's from like green tea extract. It's not like it's coffee. But um, so in our red drinks, I do 2 ounces of Ningxia Red and nitro blend, right? Like what we just talked about. I pour some sulfurzyme into the cap. I can't tell you how much. Maybe a quarter cap full of sulfurzyme, which is MSM, your body's precursor to glutathione, which glutathione is your body's master detoxifier. So really, really, really important, really key. Helps also hair, skin, nail growth, those things as well. Really helpful for joints, inflammation support, all of those things. So sulfurzyme goes in a red drink for myself and my husband daily. Here, that I do believe is foundational, along with the other thing that goes in our red drink every day, which is mineral essence. Um, Mineral essence is a tincture that includes, of course, your mineral blend. And then also, so it's got a bunch of trace minerals, honey, royal jelly, lemon essential oil, cinnamon essential oil, and peppermint essential oil in here as well. Super nourishing, easy for your body to absorb. You've probably heard me harp on it for a long time. Our soils are super depleted in minerals, which means our foods are depleted in minerals. Even when you're eating organic, even when you're supplementing, like we just have to supplement in today's world. So I love adding mineral essence. It's one of the mineral supports we do. We also make sure we include a lot of mineral rich foods in our diet as well. But this is foundational for us in our red drink. So that might look like a lot, but literally, like, this is one drink that I put together. So we do that every day. It's not technically a supplement, but I use it as a supplement. Real food. This is Celtic sea salt. I just put it in an old jar that is clean. I really like the coarse sea salt for this, but we also use Redmond's real salt a lot. We kind of alternate back and forth. You want a really good, well-mined real salt. This is not table salt. It's not your standard white bleach sea salt. If you can see, bring it up over here. You can see it's kind of gray looking here. And can I do this without tipping it out? Is the question. There we go. So you can see there, it still has some of the moisture in it, but it's not like gonna mold or anything like that. It's just got a lot of goodness and hydrating. We want to make sure we're actually hydrating and not irrigating our bodies. So most of the water that we've got today is stripped of minerals. We need to add minerals back. So I add to everything I'm drinking, either has some Celtic sea salt in it or some mineral essence. No, Celtic sea salt is not going to raise your blood pressure. Neither will Redmond's real salt. Your real salts have a balanced mineral profile in them. They are not straight sodium. In fact, I just had a blood panel done. My sodium is low. And you guys, I consume a massive amount of real salt in a day, like compared to your average person. I'm constantly grabbing a pinch, putting it under my tongue, putting it into cooking liberally with it. I'm adding it into I'm kind of looking over on the side over here because I've got my quart jar of water sitting on the side. I'm adding it into my water. I'm adding it into things all the time. And so Celtic sea salt, it's a must for me. This is relatively new to my supplement routine in the last, we're at the end of February. So I've been on this for about 4 months, and I think I was on their other product for 1. So this is by Birthright Supplements. I'm not an affiliate or anything with them. I am an affiliate brand partner with Young Living Essential Oils. So if you're not getting Young Living products through anybody right now, I will put my link down below. I would love to help assist you and walk through the ordering process and everything, customer support and education with you with Young Living if you would like. I'll put my link, like I said, below for that. I don't have a link for Birthright. I'm just a really big fan of their products. And I had started taking one of Young Living's hormone products actually when it launched. It's a great one. But then I discovered Birthright. And you guys, so this is Bloom, which is technically their prenatal. No, I'm not pregnant. It is preconception, Lord willing. support to really build my body up. But they do have a standard, just Revive daily hormonal support women's blend. And then, like I said, this is their Bloom prenatal one. Here's what's in it. This is all that's in it, you guys. No fillers, no nothing. So it's magnesium glycinate. You have bovine liver powder, Hoki roe, which is fish eggs powder, and of course grass-fed bovine liver powder. Sorry, grass-fed bovine bone marrow powder. So you're getting bone marrow, oyster extract, colostrum powder, dandelion root extract, which means it's also supporting your liver a lot, and then black haw leaf powder, which is a really good herbal support as well. That's it. There's no fillers. There's nothing. It's in a gelatin capsule. So it is a dose of 6 a day. So it takes 6 capsules. And this is a daily for me. Essential day in, day out. I'm taking this. Getting lots of really good, there's good iodine in there. There's good liver support, obviously, micronutrients, all of those things. Then on top of that, this is not my ideal brand of cod liver oil. It is our current budget brand. So if you're looking for a budget brand of cod liver oil, this is one that's on the Weston A. Price shopping list as a good. So they have good, better, best. I believe there's 3 levels. I think they're labeled good, better, best. And this one is labeled good because it does have the proper ratio of vitamin A and vitamin D in it as well. This is the Now cod liver oil, 1,000 milligrams, extra strength. It does have vitamin A and D3 added as well to the cod liver oil. So you're getting some of that. It's not a ton of D though. It's 400 IUs that are between what's added and what's in the cod liver oil estimated per capsule. So ideally, we will be moving towards green pastures, fermented cod liver oil. I've taken it in the past. It's been several years. Again, we can't take everything we absolutely want. This is a clean version that is very, very budget friendly. So my husband and I actually both take that every day. Then I take Super C chewables daily. I do just one capsule for daily use. I might be upping that soon, but it has real food forms of vitamin C. Young Living has 2 separate vitamin C supplements. They have their regular Super C, and those are a tablet, and then they have Super C chewable. I like the chewable because it's Acerola cherry, it is camu camu, and rose hips. So your 3 very high vitamin C foods that are easily absorbed. I like that these are food source. And they also have essential oils in them to help with that bioavailability and really help it to get into the cell the way it needs to. So I also love the way they taste. So there's that. They have a little bit of an orange flavor to them. They're fantastic. Recently added to my daily supplement essentials back. I took this a while ago, stopped taking it for a little bit, and know that my HCl is low, and so I am getting back on essential zymes. This has some HCl in it. These are tablets. They are a little bit larger tablet here, so you can see the size. And it's got, of course, your enzymes in there, some essential oils. It has it's a lot of good support for gallbladder health and for just digestion in general. So a big fan of essential zymes, taken it in the past, been a while since I've had it. Like I said, reprioritizing that back up here for some HCl support. I will be adding some iodine soon that we're getting from our biological dentist. I just don't have it yet. So both my husband and I need to increase our iodine. Then the last, there's oil on that bottle on the outside. I didn't expect that. Last official supplement, and then there's an oil I use as a supplement every day, is Super Vitamin D. You guys, these are tiny little tablets that dissolve under your tongue. So, well, they don't completely dissolve. put them under your tongue for about 15 seconds. They start to dissolve, and then you chew them the rest of the way. And so it's sublingual, very easily absorbed. It is a vegan source of vitamin D, which I have mixed feelings about. It is a very bioavailable source of vitamin D, so it's very good. I tend to lean more towards your cod liver oil and animal sources of D. So I am planning, our dentist also has a D3 and K2 supplement that I'm planning to kind of combine and mix these two together. So I'm getting multiple sources of that. Of course, the best is out in the sun. Thankfully, we are entering the time of year when we can now in Casper, Wyoming, absorb D or I'm using the incorrect terms, but when vitamin D is able to be produced via the sunlight. So why can I not think of it's not assimilate either. Oh my goodness. I was talking about it earlier and I can't think of what it is right now. But anyway, you can get vitamin D from the sun. That's the ideal way for your body to convert D from the sunlight. There's a great app, if you're not familiar, called DMinder. It is free. There's a paid version of it, but I track my sun sessions on there. You tell them how much skin is exposed, how overcast it is. Of course, you enter all of your basic biometrics into it as far as like height, weight, etc., what your lab result vitamin D is. And then it will calculate based off of your supplementation and your sun exposure what it estimates your vitamin D level to be at, and tells you how many IUs a minute you're generating when you're outside on a particular day in your particular window, when that vitamin D window is in your area. Super helpful. I've used it in the past, but I didn't have a lab result to start with in the past. So it was kind of like, why am I tracking this? I don't have any concept of what my vitamin D level actually is. I should have had it tested because it was extremely low. So even though we do eat a lot of foods that are rich in D, my D level was very, very, very low, deficient. And so I've been upping that a lot. So I have ordered a couple extra bottles of Super D, actually, both my husband and I, and we are taking multiple doses of Super D a day because we are working to get our D level back up into a healthy range, well, more so into an optimal range, even not just in the like good, acceptable, but in an optimal range of D. So I'm combining like how much I'm getting from each of the sources and tracking that in the app. But we do take D daily. This is one you want to take with food, your cod liver oil too, because it's fat soluble. And so you want fat with it to help your body digest it. Ideally, your HCl as well, because you need hydrochloric acid in order to assimilate the vitamins from the fats, etc. Then last but not least, a daily thing is an essential oil. This is Endoflex. I apply this every day over my thyroid topically in the morning. And then I add a drop of Endoflex. There is an Endoflex Vitality, which is specifically labeled for internal use and supplement usage. Same oil, different bottle. This is cheaper per drop, so I get this one. But I add this to our red drinks, actually, for both my husband and I. It's Endoflex would be like an endocrine support. So all of your hormones, not just your thyroid and adrenals, but that's two of them. And it's a blend of essential oils as well. So there you have it. Those are my daily essentials. There are other supplements I will add in if I feel they're necessary. I'm needing, extra support in an area for whatever season or whatnot. But these are daily, current season, day in, day out. Lots of foundations. I like to focus on the foundations. I don't like to do a lot of additional things. I used to take a B vitamin. Super B was one of my favorite B complexes. My husband's on that one now. But since I started really adding organ meats intentionally regularly into our diet, and also taking Birthright, I have not actually needed the B vitamins. And my energy is sustained. I realized about a month and a half ago, you guys, waking up with brain fog is not normal. Being groggy in the morning for the first hour is not normal. I thought first 45 minutes, it just takes me a while to wake up. That's a normal thing because my entire life, that's all I can remember from the time I was a child all the way through, always needing time to wake up in the morning. And about a month ago is when I realized when I wake up, I'm like feel awake. I'm pretty good. I don't have that groggy, weird, like, got to get my balance, got to like get my brain thinking and moving. It's thinking and moving when I wake up. So that tells me my body is much happier with the nutrients that it has been receiving. And these are some of those wonderful foundations. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Feel free to pop them below. Obviously, I cannot give any medical advice because I'm not a doctor and this is not that kind of forum. However, I would love to answer any questions you might have about supplements or anything like that if I can, or point you in the right direction for them. So thanks for taking time to watch this video. Until next time, take care, friends. Cheers.